So recently, folks, I've been focusing a lot on my personal collection, but I figured now is the time, let's take a look at your guys' collections. So I went on over to Instagram and asked you guys to send me some of your best pictures of your collections, whether it be like displays that you have, grails, whatever you wanted to send, that's what you guys sent over. And I think I have about 40 different collections that we're gonna be going through today. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's hop into it. Here we go. All right, I got my laptop pulled up right here, guys. We're gonna start off with the fourth curator. He sent over a picture of his collection, and it looks like he's got a couple of really cool things here. Number one, I love the baseball bat display cases that you got up in the corner. Those look great. I love the shelves, how you have a mix of like out of box and in box. It looks like a lot of your out of box stuff is some Freddies. I love to see that. I love the Freddy Funkos. Shout out to Bob's Burgers. I love the Coochie Kobe that you got on top of your shelf right there. Overall, I love the collection. I see a couple of Funko posters in the background right there. Fourth curator, thank you for sending these. These are great. Joris.0591. It looks like his collection that he sent over is a lot of Muppets and Sesame Street characters, which I'm definitely a fan of. If we're looking right here, I actually can see some Lego minifigures as well of the Muppets and Sesame Street. So I love that you're combining pops with other things that you love to collect. But I think from what I can see here, it looks like you have almost all of the Sesame Street pops, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of looking over here to cheat because I have my Sesame Street pops right here, but looks like you're getting a good start on the Muppets pops as well. But I gotta say, solid collection. I approve. I love collecting these, so I'm glad that you like collecting them as well. Funko Pez Head has a really cool Universal Monsters display right here. So let's talk about the fact, guys, that he's using, I want to say, is it the vaulted vinyl display airs? The ones that like I have in my background right here. It looks like he is, and I love all the different Monsters pops that he has in here. I would have to assume that he's probably Monsters complete, if I had to say. He even has the Kirk Hammett ones up in the corner right there. All the different variants, guys, with like the Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's a couple different variants right there. And also that 4-pack, guys, the metallic 4-pack. I forget what that one is limited to, but that is definitely a hard piece to track down. But Universal Monsters is one of those lines that I've always wanted to get into, and this is definitely making me want to really collect those. So Funko Pez Head, thanks for sending these over. These look fantastic. It's Prada Shorty, great name. You sent over your Michael Jackson collection, and you have a good mix, it looks like, of the new ones and the old ones. The old ones are really hard to track down. If you guys didn't know, a little short story, I believe these ones came out in like probably like 2013 or so. They lost the license to Michael Jackson, then they recently got it back. So those ones were really hard to track down, especially, you know, because they lost the license. They weren't making them, a ton of them. But anyways, I love the fact that you've got a mix of both of those. All of those look great. Thank you for sending those over. Jake Smith 028, looks like you have, well, I wanted to show off your Batman collection right here because I love how, like in that first one that we showed off, it's a good mix of different things, guys. You have a Hot Wheels car right there. I think that's the Killing Joke on DVD. So the fact that you're, you know, combining all your different things with your pops is really cool. And then you have your little display shelf over there in the corner. It looks like you got a little Grogu, which is fun. And I think, is that a Lego, like, is it an X-Wing from Star Wars? I love it. That looks great. Pop Arts 09. I gotta say, I am thoroughly impressed with your organization skills right here. And you got some heavy hitters for sure. Like if we're looking at this display case right here, guys, I want to say that I can see, well, there's some Looney Tunes on top, some really cool Freddy Funkos, Adventure Time, some Simpsons, Original Horror, Futurama. All right, I'm already sold. Futurama, Simpsons, Nickelodeon, some Family Guy. And I'm curious to know, like, what shelves you're using. Are those IKEA shelves? Walmart shelves? They look like they might be either or. But then in the other picture, guys, I love that he has some of these Halloween like horror masks right here. Those look like some more like higher end masks rather than like the kind of cheaper ones that you can get at Halloween. So those are great. And then some other figures right below those. I gotta say, these are fire. This whole display looks great. Mr. Woo for You 5 sent over some really cool ones. A lot of what he sent me is some autograph pops, guys. So looking in here, guys, an autographed SpongeBob and Squidward. I'm assuming that's by the voice actors right there. Joey Fatone from NSYNC, Chuck Norris, Gabriel Iglesias. We got Scooby-Doo in there. Danny Trejo. You probably got that one at the Hollywood, the Funko Hollywood event that they have. Timmy, Cosmo, and Wanda, that's pretty cool too. Pedro, I'm actually gonna get that one signed here in a little bit at a local convention of mine. And yeah, a signed Fry would be really cool. I'd love to add that to my collection. So thank you for showing off your autographs, guys. I feel like, you know, that makes me want to get more for sure. xx.mr.rider.xx sent over a really cool collection. I wanted to show this one off because it looks like for the most part he is almost Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias complete. You can see all of the different ones in here, guys, with like the Tapatio one. We also have the Jack in the Box one, Blacklight, and he's got some signed ones up top. Those are pretty cool. That is definitely, I feel like there's a couple of tricky ones to collect in that set, so that's impressive that you have almost all of them, but some Ninja Turtles and Scooby-Doo. Overall, a great mix, and it's pretty cool that you have those fluffy pops. All right, Rush_Mallenstar77_. You got some great ones in here. I wanted to show this one off, guys, because I think you were the only one to send me some Splash Mountain pops, if I'm not mistaken. So we have the 3-pack right there. Obviously, the ride was just changed at Disneyland not too long ago, so you're never gonna see those pops in a Disney park ever. But I figured I'd show these off because you have a lot of things that I like to collect too, like with the Boo Berry, the Peanuts with Snoopy and Woodstock. I like Figment. I have that one in my collection too, the Tails. So thank you for sending those over. Those are great. All right, Funko's S16. I probably said your name wrong, but you also have a really cool thing like we saw earlier, guys, with the Universal Monsters 4-pack right there. Is that a different one? I think that might be the metallic one. Is there a difference between the two that I've seen? I can't remember. But I love that you've got a majority of the Goonies pops right there. I don't think we've seen those ones yet. And that Fire Nation Aang NFT. Guys, if you didn't know, the Fire Nation Aang is probably the most rare NFT that you can own right now. Well, maybe it's not the most rare, but it's definitely the most expensive for sure that I can think of. But anyways, I love the fact that you got the Pirates of the Caribbean set right next to those. You got some bust statues of the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein to kind of go along with those Universal Monsters 4-pack. And don't think that I didn't see the Funko Fusion pop on the bottom right there with Megan. I'm excited to find some of those in stores. Okay, Pop Surge 4 sent over some cool ones. I love the fact that you got all of your different bounty hunters, or I guess like clone troopers, I should say, trooper pops. I guess the only bounty hunter would be Boba Fett. Maybe my Star Wars knowledge isn't very good, but the fact that you have all of those out of box displayed and the fact that they've made so many of them, I guess it doesn't surprise me. Those look really cool, and your Five Nights at Freddy's pops are pretty darn impressive. Those are pretty hard to track down, especially some of the older ones. Those ones have gone up in price, but I love the fact that you sent those over. Those look great. Thank you so much. Joel Gunn 10 sent over some really cool ones, guys. I love the fact that he's got them all nice and neat and organized right here. I'd be curious to know like what your shelves that you're using on the sides. Would it be like the Display Geek shelves? You'll have to let me know if you're watching this video, but you have a good mix of stuff. I think I see a couple of different grails in there, like Ozzy Osbourne I can see. We got a Donald Trump pop in there. That pop's been going up in price for sure. I think I see a Jesse Pinkman in there. Breaking Bad pops are always some good ones. I mean, a good mix of a lot of different things. Some Simpsons in there. What else we got in here? Some horror. I mean, I love your collection. I love how symmetrical it is. And your little doggy, he's super cute too, or she. Your dog's super cute. But anyways, guys, yeah, thank you for sending this over to me. It looks great. Revolution_collectibles. This looks nice. I love the shelving that you got in here. It looks like you have, I don't know how many Crankies are out there, but it looks like you have a good majority of them. And I love the fact that they have their own little shelf right there, and there's just like enough space for them. Love the attention to detail. You got all sorts of really cool Disney pops in there with Coco, Toy Story, some original ones mixed in there. Looks fantastic. What else we got in here? We have, I think I see a Mr. Incredible, a Bank Robber Joker, and a Bane up there, some ad icons. I just like how neat this looks, and it looks like, you know, it's like a desk that you could work at as well. I love that you can incorporate, you know, your working space with, you know, your collection. Getting creative. I love it. Thanks for sending that over. Doodle the Kid sent over this display, and it looks like a lot of ad icons. And I gotta say, ad icons is definitely a tough set to complete because there's always making new ones. And I feel like Funko is always like mixing up the lines of ad icons, whether or not they're trying to decide if something is an ad icon or not, or a foodie pop. They're always mixing them up, but I think these look fantastic. You got the cereal ones up top. You got a couple in the middle right there. I love Kool-Aid Man, some McDonald's ones. The Geico Gecko Halloween ones look great. Thank you for sending those over. I love the ad icons. Anthony One Nacio sent over these. It looks like he has a mix of like, I think he said that this was an older display and a newer display. It looks like you kind of incorporated it with how some of your house is laid out right there. I love that. Those look good. And those look like Walmart shelves. I love the Walmart shelves. I actually have them over here off camera, but you have a good collection. You got some Jurassic Park in there, some hockey. I feel like I don't see hockey very often. Those just aren't really popular pops that I see too much, but love the collection. Looks great. Organization is a 10 out of 10 for me, and thanks for sending that over. Ford_Hobby J, I gotta say, this is the first IKEA display case that I've seen in the corner right here, and it looks like you're housing some pretty good grails in there. I see the Death Note pop right there, which that's a good one. We have Heisenberg, which is also a great grail for sure. Some Family Guy pops in there. I've been wanting to collect that line a little bit more. I watched Family Guy a good amount growing up. Got some Spider-Man pops, a couple of different DC. I love that Spider-Man poster that you got on the wall. Thank you for sending that over. It looks great. Kai_Tatsuna sent over some pretty cool ones, guys. He has a nice Adventure Time collection, some signed pieces in there, a couple of signed anime pops too. Looks like you have a signed Finn, which is great. A couple of the different NFT Adventure Time pops. You got Cake and Fiona. The Freddy Funko Pennywise is definitely a solid grail for sure. I mean, a good mix of stuff. Thank you for sending those over. I love the Adventure Time pops. I never watched the show, but I can appreciate the molds and how they look. They look great. Popstop_NYC. Holy cow. I love your display, and you've got some absolute fire pops. We could look at this, guys. We could almost dedicate a whole video looking at all the different things, but to start off with, I love the Glow Chase rug that you have on the floor. You'll have to let me know where you got that, because I might need one in my office for sure. And you've got a good mix of a ton of different things. I love the posters that are on the wall from the different events. What else we got in here, guys? A ton of different Freddy Funko grails. I see that Buzz Lightyear. That is a solid one. The mini Disney 2-packs and all those different out-of-box pops that you have to the right over there. Oh my goodness, guys. Out-of-box pops, if you display them correctly, look fantastic. You did a great job. I love that Freddy Funko Wacky Wobbler up top. And the Funko sign. Shout out to the Funko sign. I've got one myself. The Power Rangers display looks great. Overall, fantastic. It looks great. Thank you for sending this over. He's also a he's also a fellow YouTuber as well, so definitely check out his channel. Star Pop Collector, I liked this one. I'm not a big Star Wars fan myself, but I love the fact that you're using the baseball bat display cases and rigging them with lights. So you have a couple of different ones in there with the Valentine's one. You got some Grogu's in there. And I think when you utilize the lights, especially with certain types of pops, it looks really cool. If like you're using metallic stuff, different colors, it really helps it pop. And then the rest of your Star Wars display over here looks great. You got some grails up top. I can see a Grand Admiral Thrawn and Anakin. Thanks for sending over your Star Wars collection. I figured we had to show Star Wars a little bit of love in here. All right, Bommy11, I love the fact that you have this neon sign right here, guys, that you have it framed. You kind of, you're giving the same vibes as me. I hope that I provided a little inspiration. I probably didn't, but the neon sign looks fantastic. Your NFT pops look really cool. I love the Danny Phantom ones you got in there. Bob's Burgers, you're a Bob's Burgers fans just like me. You have some out of box right there under the neon sign. And then a bunch of different signed pops in here. We can highlight a couple. You have a Bob sign from Bob's Burgers. That looks cool. Looks like you might have a Tom Kenny signed as well. SpongeBob, some Avatar pops. Overall, fantastic collection. Thank you for sending that over. Okay, Lucky Diane 2018, she is awesome. So she's based out of Washington. She's always going to Funko HQ and finding the most cool things, guys, because she is so close to Funko HQ at thrift stores and things like that. But she sent me this. This might be one of the most rare Freddy's that I've ever seen. It's limited to 200. She told me it's from a Christmas party, a Funko Christmas party from 2015. And personally, I don't think I've ever seen this pop. So like I said, she's always sending me some really good stuff, but this might be one of the best things that she's ever sent me. And you'll have to let me know in the comment section below if you've seen this Freddy Funko or not. I would assume it's pretty darn rare, especially if there's only 200. There's probably less than them out there. Postramowitz, I probably said your name wrong, _pops, but the pops that you sent over in this vaulted vinyl display case right here looks great. You got the Freddy Funko as is a Star Child. They're one of the KISS members. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe even the Demon. We have Freddy Funko Batman, Joker, Deadpool. We also have the Mad Hatter, it looks like, and I think that's Poe Dameron. Yeah, you definitely got to flex those in a case like that. Those are really cool, really hard to find. those don't pop up very often, so I'm glad you have them displayed properly. The Buff Collector sent over some really cool ones, guys. He almost has a little bit of an Iron Man shrine right there. Got a couple of different Iron Man pops surrounding the helmet. That helmet is really cool, really shiny. Also has some original Avengers pops with the giant Iron Man right there. I gotta say, I love the fact that you're combining, you know, different things with your pops. The overall display is looking pretty darn good. Colors Funko. He's a big Simpsons fan like myself. We're always sending Simpsons things back and forth that we find with Funko or other different figures. I love your display. I gotta say, the zombie skateboard right there, Zombie Bart skateboard deck, I have one right behind me right here. Gotta give a shout out to that. The comics look cool. You have some NFT pops. Obviously, I would assume that's probably all of the different Simpsons pops. Your grails are right there. Looks like right next to your computer. And a bunch of different NFT Freddies. I want to say that that looks like it's almost probably every single NFT Freddy, if I had to guess. You'll have to let me know if that's the case. But Colors Funko, thanks for sending these over, man. These look awesome. All right, this is my buddy Jason, guys. He's a local collector. He has a great Star Wars collection, guys, and he's using the Walmart shelves. Gotta love that. Got some Walking Dead in there. Looks like you might be Walking Dead complete. You'll have to send me a message and let me know if you have every single Walking Dead pop. But Star Wars, Walking Dead aside, I think your collection looks fantastic overall. I love the artwork in the background too, the Star Wars artwork. So thanks for sending that over. This one I didn't get to screenshot a name, but I gotta say it looks great. I love your collection. You've got some cartoon pieces that are fantastic. I love the sodas up top, the Scooby-Doo pops, the monsters, the Family Guy pops. You even have a Rigby from, looks like, is it Regular Show? I was gonna say Adventure Time. I almost got that wrong. And some Gravity's Fall pops. That looks great. Thanks for sending that over, whoever that was. I'm sorry I missed your name. Funko Collector 4 sent over his blacklight display, and I love the fact that you rig these up with lights to show off the blacklight on these Marvel pops right here. I think my favorite out of all of these, the Hulk looks really good. Maybe it's the fact that he's like the biggest, and the Galactus looks great as well. I mean, the Ghost Rider's a really cool one too. I like the fact that you got the posters up top too. Blacklight, I would say, they made a lot of them, but when you display it like this, it definitely makes me think that it's a little bit underrated. It might be overrated in the fact that they made so many, but when you display it like this, it makes me swing towards the blacklight, you know, isn't overrated. LA_Funko has an awesome display. This looks really nice and neat. The Simpsons up top, the Spider-Man pop, some ad icons in there. I love that you got the lower shelves, you got some sneakers, and then off to the right you have, it looks like a whole blacklight collection. We're talking about blacklight again. If you can make it look really cool in your collection, you can display them like even out of box. This looks great. A good combination of sodas and the pops behind them. I gotta say, you did an excellent job. I'm a little bit jealous of that display. That looks really good. Moda Funko sent over some really cool ones, guys. I love the fact that he's got his shelves, but he used those really cool lights. I'll have to ask you about those, where you got those lights from, because it definitely, you know, helps display your favorite pops really good. The Invincible ones look great. I know they haven't made a ton of different Invincible pops, with that moment in the middle looks really cool, and some Demon Slayer pops. I just think this looks really clean and crispy. If I saw this in person, I would be thoroughly impressed for sure. The way that it's displayed looks good. Funko Fly, you've got some great Sesame Street pops. I wanted to show this one off because you got a couple of different sign pieces. You have the Elmo, which is really cool, and also that Cookie Monster. You'll have to let me know who that's signed by. I would assume either like an artist or a voice, the voice actor of Cookie Monster. And is that a Super 7 figure of Cookie Monster that you have down there at the bottom? If I'm not mistaken, I think it is, but I love the collection. Thanks for sending that over. Bloodstripe 75. I love the wall displays that you're using right here. These look fantastic. The ad icons right there. Ooh, the original cereal monsters. Those are ones that I need to add to my collection. It looks like you have the, you know, the newer ones, the somewhat newer ones, and then the original 3. I love that. That looks great. And everything displayed on the wall looks really good. You know, if I didn't have so many pops, I definitely would utilize that display like that. But since I have so many, I figured I'd want to use a bookshelf to kind of stow them all. But the fact that you're able to put them all on the wall like that, it looks really solid. Okay, Peter.Storch1 has some really cool pops right here, guys. He's a big fan of the channel. He's always commenting on the channel and stuff like that. So I figured I'd show his off right here. He's got some baseball pops. I love the baseball. Some good WWE in there. And I gotta say, the collection looks great. I love the fact that you collect baseball. I'm a huge baseball fan, so thank you for sending that over. Okay, A1 Fury, you've got some good ones. Some signed Lord of the Rings pops in the middle right there. Some Game of Thrones right above that. And the Cars pops. Oh my goodness. And do you have a proto to match every single one? It looks like you do. Oh my goodness, the Maters right there, Lightning McQueen, Ramon, Luigi. Ooh, that is nice, dude. I am definitely impressed for sure. Otis Owe, I love your out-of-box display right here with all the different out-of-box pops. The anime on the left right there. I love the Finn with the Jake car up top and the Espresso Trip Tina. But a bunch of different anime, some different movie pops in there. What else we have in here? Some Spider-Man, a good mix of different stuff. I think this makes, you know, out-of-box pops look really cool. I will have to say though, I'll have to ask, is it really hard to like clean everything? Like, does everything get really dusty? I imagine it does. But yeah, I love the way that those out-of-box pops look. They look great. Okay, Funko.Not, he sent a bunch of different pictures, but I wanted to show these two right here, guys. He is using, I want to say that's the IKEA, you know, clear display right there, but some Hannibal pops. The Breaking Bad pops look really cool. The Shining 2-pack is definitely a grail for sure right up top. You have some Dark Knight pops in there. The NFT Batman pops. I know, I want to say, is it the Harvey Dent that's really expensive, or even the Bane? But either way, that's a fun set. Thank you for sending those over. Those look really crisp. They look really clean. That's So Andy has a really cool display. I love the fact that you're combining pops with all the different other things that you collect right here with comics. I think, if I'm not mistaken, those look like Friends prototypes in that little display case right there. Those are awesome. I don't think I've ever seen any Friends prototypes, but you have the Friends pops below in box right there. A couple of different grails with the Stan Lee. Is that one signed? It looks like it is. Ooh, mega grail right there. The signed Fry. We have a Bender as well. Overall, you got some great stuff in your collection. Total Black HD. Are you just flexing on me with all these different Freddy Funko Pops right here, guys? All the different NFT ones. I see a couple of them that I've been missing, guys. Specifically, I think it's the Freddy Funko Captain Cutler. That's one that I don't have in my collection, but a bunch of different ones, guys, from it looks like Boxes of Fun, Fun Days, different events like San Diego Comic-Con in there. I mean, oh my goodness, there's so many good ones. The out-of-box Power Rangers pops look good. You have a really solid collection. Thank you for sending that over. It makes me a little jealous of the Freddy Funkos that you got. Kapad Yeti _ collects. He sent over his Yo Gabba Gabba collection. He also has a Gangnam Style pop right there. That's pretty cool. It looks like a DJ Lance Rock signed pop. That's awesome, and it's the more rare one. It's the Glow in the Dark San Diego Comic-Con one. And I'm not sure which character that is from Yo Gabba Gabba, but that Proto is really cool displayed right next to it. I think you're utilizing, like, it looks like an armor 2-pack to kind of put them side by side. That looks cool. That's a line of pops that you don't see very often. So thanks for sending over those ones. Those are cool. All right, and I believe this to be the last one right here, guys. This is Empty 166111. Oh my goodness, you got some good pops. And if I'm looking at this correctly, do you have it like behind glass? Is it like some kind of cupboard that you're using? You can kind of like push in the glass and it opens up. I feel like that's like, for me, like an old like CD case maybe that you transformed into a Funko Pop display. You'll have to let me know how you did that or where you got that, but some Star Wars grails in there, guys. Some like original Star Wars, that Boba Fett right in there that I can see. That's probably one of the most rare Star Wars pops that you can get. The NFT ones are great. The Bank Robber Joker 2-pack is a rare one. We have some Avengers pops, some anime, some more NFTs, some more Star Wars right down below. Looking really good. I think that looks great. If I had more space, I would definitely display them like that. So kudos to you. That looks fantastic. Well, folks, that is going to do it for the showing off your collection video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll definitely have to do this again. I feel like at this point I'm doing it maybe like once or twice every year, but you'll have to let me know if we need to do this again. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future collection videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity. I'll see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.